Okay, in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about prefixes NON and MIS, or non and miss. Here are some of the activities we're going to be working on today. Okay, first, we're going to review the prefix DIS or dis. Let's pull our little tip sheet over here to read. Remember, a base word is a word to which a prefix or a suffix or another ending can be added. A prefix is a word part added to the beginning of a base word to create a new word. The prefix changes the meaning of the base word. So today we're going to work on the prefix DIS, which means not. I just want to add that a suffix is added to the end of a word. And today we're working on prefixes. And right now, let's talk about dis, which means not. What we're going to do is we're going to drag these words up here and talk about the new word. So if we drag like up here and make it dislike, it means to not like something, like you might dislike broccoli. I could bring up appear, and if something disappears, you cannot see it. I could bring up the word obey. And would make the new word disobey, which would mean you would not obey or not listen. Disapprove. Instead of being approved, if you disapproved of something, you did not approve of it. Whoops. And belief is not going to show up here. Let's try. There we go. Belief would become disbelief, which means something you did not believe. These are prefix puzzles. Now we're going to move on to our new prefixes that we're learning about. And the prefix NON means not, okay? Base words are words that remain after a prefix is removed. So our base words here are violent, fat, fiction, stop, and sense. Our prefix is the NON, non, which means not. So let's form new words with these puzzles and talk about what they mean. Something that is non-violent is something that is not violent. Okay? If something is non-fat, it does not have fat in it. No fat. Okay? What about non-fiction? Okay? Fiction is something made up or make-believe. So if it is non-fiction, it is not make-believe, so it would be true, something that would be true, like a story about history. If something is non-stop, it means it doesn't ever stop. Sometimes my children are non-stop. They never stop. Okay, nonsense. Okay, if something is nonsense, it doesn't make sense. It's not real. It's nonsense. Our next activity, these little boxes up here get on my nerves because they get where you can't read. So let's put it down here. Pull over our tip sheet because now we're going to move to the prefix MIS, miss, which means badly or wrongly. This is not the same miss that if you have a teacher that's unmarried, you may call her Miss Watson. This is a different miss. This is the prefix miss that is added to words to form new words, and it's going to add the meaning of bad or wrongly to them. So in the next few examples, I'm going to grab a pen here. We're going to highlight the words that use the prefix miss in it, okay? And then we're going to talk about what their definition is. So the ad contained incorrect information, which misled customers, okay? So we're looking at the word misled here. What do you think that could mean? Use your context clues in that sentence to help you, and the fact that you know MIS means not, or nope, I said that wrong. MIS means badly or wrongly. Non means not, the one we just did. Okay. Misled is something that they're wrongly led. Okay. The next one, I misplaced my book. So they place their book incorrectly. I'm going to pull this out again here. Badly or wrongly. So they wrongly place their book and they do not know where it is. How about Jackie misread the sign? Okay, she read the sign wrongly and took a wrong turn. Okay. My dog misbehaves. if we don't take him for a long walk. Misbehaves would mean that he behaved badly, right? You may have been told you misbehaved before. Ezra misunderstood the assembly directions. So she understood the assembly directions incorrectly. Now on this one, we're going to tap the spinner to see a word, and we're going to talk about the definition of the word. So let's go ahead and spin it here. Where is it going to land? Okay, so we landed on the word non-dairy. Remember the prefix non means not. So this word would mean no dairy or not dairy. A lot of people, not just students, are allergic to dairy products. So they may be looking for things that have no dairy in them. So that's an important word to know for the people that have loved ones that cannot have dairy. Okay. Mistrust. Okay, remember miss means badly. Ooh, my highlighter's just going crazy here. I was trying to pull out our tip sheet to help to remind us. Okay, miss means badly or wrongly. So if you mistrust somebody, they're wrongly trusted, meaning you should not trust them. Let's try a couple more here before we move on to our next activity. Misspell. If you misspell something, you spell it wrongly. Okay, non-toxic. Toxic is something that could hurt you. Okay, non-toxic is something that could not hurt you. A lot of times I think of Play-Doh, always says it's non-toxic because a lot of little kids still put that Play-Doh in their mouth even though that's not what it's made for. But it is non-toxic, so it's telling parents it will not hurt them, but it's not the best for them. Okay. All right, this is a game show game, and we're going to choose a character to begin with. And I'm just going to pick this character in the middle here. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a groundhog? I don't know. Click each question to complete the challenge. Okay. Our train will travel either non-stop or non-zero from Boston to New York City. This just tells us to choose a prefix here. Non-stop is correct. Let's go for 300 here. Alonzo understood Katya, but I thought she was speaking nonfiction or nonsense. Which one makes sense here? Nonsense, meaning he could not understand her. Remember, nonfiction would mean something that's not true. Coal and oil are what resources? Non-renewable or non-profit? Okay, the answer is definitely non-renewable. They're things that we just cannot renew. They're natural resources. Non-profit would mean you do not make money off of them, and coal and oil have a lot of money made off of them. Okay. Raphael preferred what kind of books about space travel? Non-standard or non-fiction? Okay, it would be non-fiction books. Okay, nice job. I hope that helped you review the prefixes non and miss.